Hey, Paul Secret, this is Paul Cundiff. So I wanted to show you, we spotted this leak right off the bat. It was making a lot of noise, and it's just rusted through. The portion of your exhaust manifold just rusted through. We're going to weld a patch on top of that, or at least we're going to try to. And then once we got it off and got it over here to the welding area, we found that over here was a crack. That's what that looked like originally, but it had a crack in it. Again, the crack was probably due to weakness from rust, and then heating up and cooling down, and heating up and cooling down the cycles. And so there was a crack in here, and we've been trying to weld that up. Spent a couple hours on it yesterday, and weren't really happy with the results, because we can get our filler rod to melt, but we cannot get the base metal to actually melt. And of course, if you get it too hot, then you'll end up with a crack. Right, this is cast iron, so cast iron is especially difficult to weld. So anyways, we've been having some trouble with that. The alternative is these manifolds are about $5,000. So that's the alternative, and we don't want to force you into that alternative. So we're trying to spend a few $100s on this and get it sealed off, and then eventually this will. I mean, if we might get you 5, 10, maybe even 15 years out of this, but eventually this is probably going to be going to need replacement. There are people out there there was people trying to cast them. They were having difficulty casting these exhaust manifolds. We have a 3D printing technology available now, and we have a fella that is trying to get that into his production schedule. He's a fellow wooden boater, and he casts and prints in metal for his products. That's okay. So anyway, that's the story on the exhaust manifold for your engine. Let me go give you some more lowdown on the boat. Of course, one of the things that we're doing as part of the assessment was we checked your prop shaft, and your prop shaft had a crack in it. Man. Anyway, this is called the strut right here. I think I might have done another video for you already that maybe I haven't sent, where I showed you what a strut looks like that's off the boat. That was not your strut, but anyway, this strut, the bearing was worn out in it, so we've replaced the bearing so far, and we're working on right now. Kevin is in here working on getting your engine where it would adjust. It was too high. So the other thing, even though your shaft had not yet broken, your shaft, which is in place here, was on its way to being broken. The reason being is the engine was out of alignment with the shaft.
Really bad.
Really bad, yeah. And that's Kevin. And then you see what's called the shaft log right here, and that goes over the area where you see these holes that are doweled. That goes over that area. And so what we'll do is once we have the alignment like we want it, which I guess is about there. Once we have the alignment like we want it, then we will pull the shaft out and put this shaft log, which is right here. We'll put the shaft log in place and make sure that the shaft is coming through the center of the shaft log, and that we'll be able to adjust the engine up and down from a center position. But he's actually trying to get all of the adjustments done right here in place right now. And as you can see, you see how those two coupling surfaces are parallel to one another? They weren't before. They were at they were at extreme angles to one another. So for example, pretend this is one of the coupling halves and that this is the other coupling half, and that was the angle. I probably exaggerated that a little bit, but there was an angle between them, and they have to be exactly parallel. And when they're exactly parallel, then everything is in alignment. If it's out of alignment, then that end of the shaft is going to bend. It's going to always be in a bending moment as it rotates. And like a paper clip in a very bad meeting, it will eventually work hard and break. So yeah, and we also found that your hub, there were some problems with your hub. I did do a video on that. I must not have sent you that video yet. But so yeah, so we're going to replace the hub, and as well as the shaft, and your shaft had a crack in it at the end where it's threaded. So we're not taking it.
The keyway broke out and it was repaired.
Okay. Oh, keyway had broken out and it was repaired.
Yep.
Yeah, which is.
And this was broken and repaired, and they didn't do a very good job when they did this one.
That's true. And all the holes were wallered out. I did do another video. I haven't sent that. I apologize for not getting it sent to you yesterday. I'll send that video right quick. And of course, we're going to combine the wiring for this battery that's in the back with, you're going to have 12-volt wiring now. And I guess the other thing we got to do is we got to pull the generator off so we can send it off. But anyway, we'll worry about that later today. Well, that's about it for now, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.